All set? All good? All right, good morning. Morning. A few hours ago, police officers from the 3-2 precinct responded to a call of a dispute between neighbors. This is the type of call NYPD cops respond to thousands of times a year. But today, we were reminded again that no call is ever routine. Early this morning, we saw a vivid example of the dangers our police officers face each and every day fighting crime and keeping people safe. I'm joined here by Mayor de Blasio, NYPD Supervising Chief Surgeon Dr. Eli Kleiman, PBA President Pat Lynch, First Dep Ben Tucker, Chief Department Terry Monahan, Chief Detectives Dermot Shea, Manhattan North Borough Commander Assistant Chief Kathleen O'Reilly, and the CEO of the 3-2 precinct, Vinnie Greeny. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Well, thank God our officer is safe. This is a situation, as you heard from the Commissioner, that our officers face every day in this city. Call comes in and something absolutely unexpected happens. Our officer's life is in danger, and thank God because of his vest, he's alive and he's well. I visited with him in his room here at the hospital. He's in good spirits. 7 years on the job, absolutely an example of bravery and strength after what he had been through. He was still in good spirits. He was there with his wife, who also is a police officer. They met in the academy, in fact, when they both were starting out, and they have a family now. It's so clear in this situation the caliber of the men and women of the NYPD, willing to go into danger at a moment's notice to protect all of us, and thank God for that. So the good news is he's coming through okay. He's shaken, obviously, but he will be okay. And I want to thank everyone here at St. Luke's for the wonderful attention they paid to make sure our officer was good and to also be there for his family as well. Commissioner?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I want to thank the skilled staff here at St. Luke's Medical Center for the high level of professional care they provide each and every time. And the information I'm about to share with you is preliminary and subject to change as the investigation unfolds. At approximately 1:51 a.m. this morning, 8 uniformed officers from the 3-2 precinct responded to a 911 call by a resident of 2785 Frederick Douglass Boulevard, stating a male is harassing her, banging on doors and breaking glass. The officers responded and went to the second floor of the building to investigate the complaint and to locate the man. As the officers fanned out to search the second floor hallway, one officer suddenly encountered the suspect standing naked, pointing a 9mm semi-automatic handgun at the officer. A violent struggle immediately began and shots were fired. The officer yelled for help as the struggle continued, and the other officers discharged their firearms, striking the suspect several times. Our officer had been shot one time in the chest. The round did not penetrate his bullet-resistant vest. Can I see the vest? I can see, kind of hard to see, but right there. And thank God he was wearing it. Amen. All right, thanks, James. Our officer had also been punched numerous times, resulting in injuries to his face. The officer is here at St. Luke's Hospital in stable condition, as the mayor said. His wife is here also. The police officer joined the NYPD in July of 2012 and he is assigned to patrol in the 3-2 precinct. The 29-year-old suspect, who has had previous interactions with the police, was pronounced deceased at Harlem Hospital. The suspect's firearm was recovered at the scene. It's a 9mm. Now we're going to take a couple questions. That's part of the that's part of the investigation. We'll determine that at some point.
Can you talk about the nature of the interactions that he's had previously with the NYPD?
Domestic violence interactions?
And was this a domestic violence call?
No, it wasn't. It was a harassment call.
How many officers fired?
That's part of the investigation, all right?
Where was the suspect struck? There were several rounds.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that. This just happened a couple hours ago.
Were there rounds discharged from the suspect's 9mm?
That's all part of the investigation, all right? So before we wrap it up, the PBA President Pat Lynch has a few words to say. Patty?
Thanks, Commissioner. You know, once again, this shows that any time of the day or night, this case, in the middle of the night when most of us were sleeping, police officers are facing down violence on the street, so you actually don't have to. Realize when we say a struggle, there was a violent struggle. In the middle of the night when you're fighting for your life, those seconds and minutes seem like hours. But he stayed in there. He did what he had to do, and then his fellow police officers, equally as heroic, came rushing in. This could have been much better. It's odd when we come to the hospital and say, hey kid, you were lucky. Lucky that he was shot? No, he was lucky that he's a professional police officer, his partner's a professional police officer, and he had that bullet-resistant vest on. Nonetheless, he was struggling and fighting for his life and your life.
All right, thanks, Patty. Just a couple more. Yep.
Were they grappling? Was it shot at close range?
It was a violent struggle. I saw the body-worn camera footage. It was they went down to the floor. If you watch it, it's extremely disturbing, and I'm glad that the officer is okay. And I tell you guys this all the time. This is an extremely difficult job. Just think about the job that they responded to. It was a job for harassment, and they go there and they encounter this. So thank you everybody for being here, and we're glad he's okay. Thanks. We're done. Yep.